So, when you tell a story and you want to get someone's attention or grab someone's attention, or you want them to follow along even, and humans are like really unpredictable with the level of listening and comprehension in mental cases. So you usually orient yourself somewhere in the story. You have to give a defining piece of information. You then have to build the set and the reason why you gave yourself that particular orienting title or name or whatever. And then you build purpose for why you bothered opening your mouth and speaking. And you normally land, bink, on a conclusion. If you're not human, you try to make it snappy. You try to have the most impact with the least amount of words possible based on what you're actually looking at that has an ear. So this way you try to already think what it's gonna think based on you already know who the fuck they are. And okay, well, if I say it this way, and these happen in second calculations. If I say it this way, oh, no, because then they're going to open their mouth, they're going to say this. I'm not saying that. All right. But it happens so fast. You go to every conversation like a blank page and a blank space. Yes, human, what is it that you want, you need, what's going on, why are you talking? Right, okay, so... literally every time my parents come to me, it's yeah, okay, what? Did you just catch that, by the way? My thing was this way, but anyway. So it's what do you want? It's really every time somebody tries to speak to me, it's what do you want? So, but I know a lot of people, they'll listen to something and they'll just be thinking my ex-husband and the way that he talks about me with his new wife to my children. He calls me crazy. He calls me all sorts of things. No, Jason, you're just fucking stupid and human. And I happen to have an extensive knowledge of things I never shared with you because you're that fucking useless and little of a person. So before you want to say that I'm a piece of shit to my children, which I know you do, my mom already said that you were apparently watching something that I did, and you had Benjamin contact my mom because Jason and Ben wanted to know if he has money somewhere. Why doesn't he have it? Right, yeah. I said on the video the year was 2002. It matures in another 2 years. And just so you know, I don't even know that you'll be able to get your money out by then, but we'll see. So, my mom's well, it just, and I'm it just what, Mom? And she's well, it just seems like you're holding money from him. I was seems that way to who, Mom? Why would you jump to that conclusion? I told you where I went. I told you that I was asking for the laws. I said, first of all, the bank employees have no clue what the laws actually are. 4 different banks, and every fucking one of them was more useless than the next. Not one of them had the same fucking rules. Then there were exceptions to the rules, but that some of them would make it, some wouldn't. Then that changed based on who they spoke to. It's the whole fucking neural network of humans is down. Oh, big fucking shocker. So I'm okay, Mom. So, went to 4 banks. None of them have written laws about their charter, about how they handle a U.S. Patriot savings bond. Nothing standard in America. I thought that their customer service would have been a little bit better based on how you are in Merrill, but whatever. I was nobody knows, anything, really. I was and... I talked to one just average citizen sitting on the street. He thought that the average maturity was 7 years. I'm no, it's 20. I said, for full face value, it's 20. He's yeah, I'm going to check that. He went on Google. He's oh, nope, she's right, it's 20. I'm yeah, I know. Been doing this one for a while, looking for all the fucking human mistakes that they left along the way, fucking breadcrumbs. And then they do just make the world worse. So, here's the other thing. First, it started off with like 5 different kings: French, Spanish, Italian, English, or they don't have a king. England doesn't have a king. They started some bullshit of a United Kingdom, but I don't know who the fuck with. Russian king, right? Yeah, he's not on board with England. And American king's not on board with England. So, here we are, and all those kings had a dispute, and the girl was just like, I'm not black, but you keep telling everybody I'm black. It's causing a U.S. Continental Congress and a U.S. Federal Congress problem with the shitbags we can't execute or like cart off the lands, but keep showing up. So, could your English fucking cunt in the Madonna from like, I don't know, 1980s where she's selling the world that Madonna being the Catholic like icon is now in like a scrunchie with like a perm and fucking shaking, and then she goes in a bustier out in front of everybody. Right, thanks for that namesake, Elizabeth. You and your English fucking rock and roll pieces of shit, changing the world to your image. And it says, I'll dress you up in my love. No thanks, Elizabeth. We've had enough of you and your fucking cunty London like screwing up the whole fucking world. So if you keep calling me black, and you keep saying that I'm the black royal, and you keep saying that I'm giving you something like Illuminati ledger and edge in order to make the Congress laws more stringent to protect me and my family, how are you going to convince these people who see dark-skinned people that they're not the black that we were talking about? What happens when somebody gets mad at one of you who are trying to be good and useful and then runs with that ball and goes, oh, no, we're good. I'm going to change all the laws just for this one, just for saying that. Why is that thing alive and allowed to be in a U.S. Congress when there's national security on the line and they don't know what the fuck that they're doing? It's like chickens without their heads. Seriously. So that's how you lost control. Then you changed the guidelines of the approved contractors in Snow Patrol and trained assassins and special ops, that they're funded by global ops that are funded by the kings. But which king? Because now all of a sudden the rooster, by the way, only comes like this, facially non-disfigured white. Yeah, the rooster we're talking about, she's female. Once in a lifetime opportunity, she's the only female rooster there's ever gonna be. So why did you give some other white meat fucking facially disfigured piece of shit, Asian, my fucking royal partnership, assholes? And then then you taught them everything. They then helped the real black kids fuck up the entire U.S. Senate system and Congress system and education system, and here we are in an expanded 100 years of what the fuck is wrong with humans? I don't want to fucking be here. I'd rather go to civilized elsewhere where there's no facially fucking disfigured and no blacks. I'll go look at pretty people all fucking day long. So, why can't my special ops come for me when they're in charge of the penmanship of all area banking and checkbooks to save the rooster's wife from all area fucking white stupid that fights for blacks and the takedown of all area human? Right, I know some of your contractors won't allow you because of now all the falsified documents of like the colored skin, the Negro children. Oh my God, now everybody thinks they're equal. Yeah, I work for Snow Patrol. We always had the edge, the ledger. We were always in the know. We always know better. We're know-it-alls. We're gods. We know who our seeds are and we know who the enemy is. So why can't any special area ops come for me? I'm just curious, because there's no, like, civil rights hiring law that protects Negroes or coloreds or Hispanics from Ecuador, Honduras. I don't really care. They're a color. They're below the equator. You're safe, assholes. I got real shit going on above the north. How are you gonna fucking, like, reel this back, all you're stupid, when you lost your edge? and you're still reeling for like, how the fuck do I pull all this together again? How the fuck quickly do I get out of here? Seriously. I'm fucking done with all Aries fucking stupid human.